All right, guys, welcome back. So today we're back out on the range, and for a couple different reasons today. One being that I picked up a new handgun that I want to try out, put some different ammos through it, and just make sure it's going to function and all that stuff. And then I've got another gun out here with me that you guys have seen here on the channel before, and I made a small change to it. We're going to try it out, see if it helps out with a little issue that I was having with it. But the main reason I'm out here is because of this new handgun, and what I picked up is this Colt Delta Elite 10 millimeter 1911. And this is one of the guns that I've always liked and always wanted to try out. Now, at least here in my area, you don't see these very often. Every now and then I'd walk into a gun shop and they might have one of these sitting in the counter, and they never lasted long. People always snagged them up. But now, as of recently, I've become more fond of the 10 millimeter. I've had a few guns in the 10 millimeter cartridge now, and I really do enjoy the cartridge, enjoy shooting it and stuff like that. So I was actually browsing around at a local shop, and they had one sitting there, and I decided now was the time to go ahead and just grab it up and have one for myself to try out. And I know right now and as of late, Colts can be a little iffy. They can be kind of like playing Russian roulette. You're either going to get one that works or you're going to get one that doesn't. A friend of mine actually had one of these, and it went back to Colt 3 different times, and it still, he just could not get it to run properly. I think he ended up selling it or trading it off or something like that. But he had one that didn't work. I've seen others that work just fine. I haven't shot this one yet. This one is, brand new. This will be the first rounds ever put through it other than any test firing that was done. And, fingers crossed that this is a good one that's going to run properly. And, I've got I got a few different ammos out here to try out. I've got some PMC bronze. I've got some SIG. I've got Federal. And then I've got some S&B ammo that we're going to try out running through this and just have a little bit of fun. And also, like I said, I've got another gun that you guys have already seen before back out here today, and that is the Springfield RO Elite Operator, I think is what it is, the 10 millimeter 1911. And I think this is actually the last video that I've posted here on the channel, was bringing this thing out for the first time, and ran some ammos through it. The MagTech, of course, if you guys watched that video, just did not want to function in this gun. I switched ammos to Federal. I do believe it ran perfect with Federal, and I can't remember if I shot any of the SIG ammo on camera or not, but I've had this out at the range a few more times, and shot some different ammos through it, mainly the SIG ammo, and overall it's done really well. But it does occasionally, every couple magazines, it'll have a little hang up. And I did some research on it, and I guess these things come with an 18.5 pound recoil spring in them. And from what I've gathered, and again, this is just what I've read, we haven't tried it out or nothing yet, but from what I've gathered is if you put a heavier recoil spring in it, it can take care of a lot of issues that the 10 millimeter 1911s have. A lot of people say go 20 to 24 pound. So I picked up a 22 pound and a 24 pound spring. I couldn't find a 20. They're both Wilson Combat springs. I've got the 22 pound spring in it now, and I haven't shot it yet. So we're going to try some different ammos through this today too, just to try it out, see if it helps, or if maybe I need to switch out to the 24 pound spring or whatever. But we're just going to sling some 10 millimeter downrange. Thought I'd kick the cameras on, give you guys an update on this, show you guys the new Colt Delta Elite, and just have a little bit of fun. So let's start shooting. Okay, so first up, we're going to shoot the Colt Delta Elite, and I've got a few mags loaded up with the PMC bronze. This is a 200 grain just ball ammo. So the first round's through the Colt. Hopefully everything goes well, and let's just see how it shoots. I've got a steel target set up at about 15-16-ish yards, so we're just going to shoot at it and see how it does. So here we go. So first mag went well, and that was shooting with the Colt 8-round magazine. And I noticed the first couple shots I was shooting low. I kind of held a little bit higher up on the target and started hitting a little better. So seems like it's shooting a little bit low, or that could just be me, I don't know. Next up is one of the mags that came with the Springfield 1911. The Colt only came with one magazine. I guess they changed that in 2018 or something like that, to where you only get one, and I think the Colt magazines are almost 50 bucks a piece, so that kind of sucks. But the Colt magazine ran well. This is the magazine that came with the Springfield. Let's see if it shoots. just fine. So far, it seems to really like the PMC bronze stuff. And I don't know if I mentioned this at the beginning of the video, but I did pick up a couple extra magazines, and these are Kimber 8-round magazines, and they look identical to the ones, you know, numbers and everything that came with the Springfield. They're just marked Kimber, so I guess the same people who make the Kimber mags are making the Springfield mags. But let's see how this Kimber mag works. This thing's running excellent. All right, so I got one more magazine loaded up with the Federal, and we'll switch to another brand. And I just want to run a couple different brands through the gun to make sure that it likes, you know, all different types, make sure it's not going to be ammo picky or anything. So let's shoot this one, and then we'll switch up to some other ammo, try it out a little bit, make sure this thing continues to run, and then we'll switch over to the Springfield and see if that new recoil spring helps. So here we go. This thing's running great. All right, let's switch over to maybe some of that S&B ammo or Federal. I think I got Federal also, so let's switch some ammos. Okay, got the mags loaded back up, and this time we're shooting the Federal 180 grain ball ammo, and we're going to start off with the Colt magazine again, and we'll see how this thing likes the Federal ammo. And I turned the camera around so you guys can see the target that I'm shooting at instead of just watching me. So I'll make sure I kind of get in frame here so you guys can see everything, and we'll try out the Federal ammo. Okay, first 8 rounds of the Federal went well. Next up, we got one of the Kimber mags. Again, this is all Federal 180 grain stuff. And so far, this Colt's shooting really good. And I will tell you, the Federal definitely feels hotter than the first PMC bronze. Got a little more snap to it. And then this one is one of the mags that came with the Springfield. Again, everything's fine. One more magazine, the Federal, and we'll switch over to the SIG or the S&B stuff, and just keep testing ammos with it. All right, guys, so the Federal 180 grain, right? Yeah, 180 grain ball stuff ran 100% in the Colt. Let's switch ammos and keep shooting. Okay, so now we're switched over to the S&B 180 grain ball, and I don't know how well you guys can see that. It does have a little bit of a different bullet pattern. It kind of tapers skinnier at the front compared to the other two. So I don't know if I've ever shot any of this S&B ammo before, so let's see how the Colt likes it. Hopefully it does. It's been doing really good so far. So let's see how it likes it. So far so good. And as far as how it feels kind of like the first PMC bronze. Snappy, but not too bad. Definitely the Federal feels the hottest so far, but let's just keep shooting it. Getting a little squirrely on those, but still slinging them in there, still locking back. Doing really good so far. If I slow down a little bit and concentrate a little bit more, it throws them right in there, no problems. All right, last mag of this stuff, and then we'll switch to the SIG ammo. But so far, this thing has been great. I love it so far. All right, guys, 4 more magazines of the S&B ammo. This thing has been 100%. Let's switch over to the SIG ammo, make sure it likes that stuff as well, and then we'll switch over to the Springfield and see if that new spring is going to work for us. Okay, so the last ammo I brought out to try through the new Colt is the Sig Sauer Elite Performance 180 grain stuff, and I do believe this is the hottest out of all the the range ammos type stuff I brought out here. It's 1250 feet per second, all that stuff, so should be pretty good ammo. I'm assuming since the Colt liked all the other stuff, it's going to like this stuff too, but we're going to run 4 mags of it through this as well. Hopefully it all does well, then we'll switch to the Springfield, so let's see how it shoots. Pull the first couple low. I forgot I got to aim a little bit higher up on the target, but this one definitely, the SIG ammo definitely has a lot more punch than all the other ammos, that's for sure. But so far, still shooting good, still locking back, no issues whatsoever. So let's just keep shooting it. When I slow down and do my part, it works. Okay. All right, this thing is running great. One more mag. All right, guys, there's all 4 mags of the SIG Elite ammo, and that should be, what is that, right at 100 rounds through this? Let's see, 24, 4 mags, 24, 96 rounds. So right at 100 rounds, 96 rounds through the new Colt Delta Elite. Flawless function through 4 different types of ammos, different magazines, stuff like that. I say we got ourselves a winner here. Now, we're definitely going to shoot this thing more. I'm going to have more fun with it. But for now, for the sake of this video, I'm going to switch over to the Springfield, and we'll see if that new recoil spring helped it. We'll run these same types of ammos, a couple mags of each, and see if we have any issues, because we know they work. They're working in the Colt, so we'll see if they work in the Springfield also. Okay, so now on to the Springfield, and I'm going to shoot the same ammos in the same order. So we're going to start with the PMC bronze. I'm just going to shoot maybe 2 mags of each just to see if it works. And again, the Colt just ran all this stuff flawlessly, so there's no reason why this one shouldn't. So let's see how that new 22-pound recoil spring is going to help, hopefully help this this Springfield. So let's see what it does. Okay, lock back, no issues there. Let's try the second mag of the PMC bronze. Okay, 2 mags of that, no issues whatsoever. See what was next. I think we did the Federal next. Let's switch over to the Federal. Okay, so now the Federal 180 grain stuff through the Springfield. Let's see if it works. All right, lock back, no issues. Mag number 2. Okay, other than my sloppiness and misses, the gun worked perfect. Let's switch over to the S&B. Okay, so here's the S&B with that little bit of a different profile on the tip. 2 mags of it. Let's see if it likes this. All right, right there. That was the issue that I've been having every so many mags with this 1911. And normally it was happening every, or more often than this, because a little tap will not get it in there. So I don't know. Maybe it don't like that bullet tip. Not real sure. I'm gonna load this back in there. We'll try it again. I don't know, let's just keep shooting. Okay, and it locked back. So I don't know if that was a fluke, but that was the issue that I've been having with this gun. So I don't know, let's try this mag, see if it runs. I don't know, let's see. Okay, and that ran that one just fine. So I don't know if I'm still gonna have the occasional issue with this, with the new spring. I don't know if I need to change the spring again, try a different weight. It seems like it is functioning smoother and better with this new spring in it. I mean, I don't know how to explain it really. With the 18.5-pound spring versus this one feels like the gun shoots smoother, I guess, if that makes sense. It does feel different, so I don't know if maybe that was just a fluke. Maybe, I don't know, because the magazines worked in the Colt, so I can't really say it's a magazine issue. And this is one of the ones that came with this gun. So, I don't know. That was 2 magazines of that. Let's switch to the SIG and see if it works good. Okay, and the final ammo, the SIG Elite 180 grain, 1250 feet per second stuff. There it is again, guys. I do not understand. I don't know, maybe I need to try the 24-pound spring. I don't know. Or maybe you guys have some suggestions on what's going on. I don't know. I don't know. Let's try it. Ran it fine. I don't know. See what this magazine does. See what it does. Okay, and it ran that magazine fine. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. Now this thing here, I will say it's only got a couple hundred rounds through it so far. I've had it out at the range a few times, came out with some buddies, and we popped a few magazines through it here and there. So it hasn't had a boatload of rounds through it yet. So I don't know if maybe, you know, like I said in the first video, this thing is a really tightly fit, nicely made 1911. So maybe it just needs some more rounds through it to kind of break everything in. I don't know. I'm hoping that's what it is. Now I will say the new spring has helped. I was having those issues more often than I did today. I wouldn't say one a magazine, maybe one every couple magazines it would do that. Every now and then I'd be able to bump the end of the slide and be able to get it to go the rest of the way home, but most of the time I had to drop the mag, lock it back, get that round out of there because it was jammed in there at an odd angle and just wouldn't come out. But it definitely improved. I'm going to keep shooting it with this spring. Bring it out to the range more often, put some rounds through it, get a higher round count through it, try to get it up to around 500 rounds with this spring in it, and we'll see if that goes away. But I do think that the recoil spring is going to help. It does make the gun feel smoother, if that makes any sense. It just feels like with the 18-pound spring, it was a little more violent shooting, I guess, a little more snappy. This feels like it was just running smoother, if that makes sense. But I'm gonna keep shooting this. I just wanted to bring this back out, you know, not only to let you guys know about the new recoil spring and, you know, if it's gonna work and all that stuff, but I was curious myself. I hadn't shot it with the new recoil spring. I'm gonna keep shooting. I don't think I'm gonna change it out to the 24 just yet. I'm gonna leave the 22 in it. It seems like it's gonna be okay for now. I'm gonna keep shooting. I'll keep shooting these different types of ammos. I might try to find some more variety of ammo. I know it's hard right now with all the ammo craze that's going on right now. The ammo's hard to get, but I'm gonna try some different stuff, and maybe I'll kick the camera back on if I get different brands of ammo. If not, I'm probably just gonna keep shooting it, see if it works its way to 100%, none of those issues, and then I'll let you guys know, give you guys another update on that. But I still like the gun. I'm not gonna get rid of it. It's a very nice gun. I like the fit, the finish, you know, the look of it. That's got the rail on it. The only thing I need to do other than that, and it's just a small thing, is after I shoot this for a while, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that. You hear that? These grips always want to work loose, so I might get some really low strength Loctite or some fingernail polish or something and put on these screws, because that always wants to work loose, that bottom screw on this side. So I might have to do that. But other than that, I really do like this gun. But let's talk about that Colt. This one, you know, I was really anxious to see how it was going to be, you know, because like I said, Colts anymore, it's kind of like playing Russian roulette. You don't know if you're going to get one that works or if you're going to get one that's just a complete dud, like a friend of mine had. But so far through the first 100-ish rounds, flawless function with different magazines, different ammos. It shot great. As long as I was doing my part, it was throwing them right in there, working perfectly. So I am extremely happy with the new Colt Delta Elite. And I'm going to put some more rounds through it, and then I'll give you guys updates on this, let you know how it's doing as well, if I have issues, run into issues, or you know, next round count, stuff like that. But yeah, really liking it. I love the 10mm, guys. I wish I would have got into it sooner. The 10mm round is a fun round to shoot. The guns are neat. The ammo is real powerful. It's just a lot of fun. So if you haven't tried out 10mm, I'd suggest, you know, finding a buddy that has one, or go to a range that maybe rents it and try out the 10mm. I think you will really like it. But anyhow, guys, that's all I got for you today. Just wanted to come out to the range and try out the new gun, test that one with the new spring, have a little bit of fun, bring you guys along with me. If you have any suggestions on the Springfield, and maybe you have one and it's having those types of issues, what'd you do to fix it? I tried the recoil spring. I know some people say do some polishing here and there. I don't think I want to do that. I don't want to change anything there. I'm going to try the spring and see how it goes. But if you did something that that fixed yours, definitely let me know down in the comment section below. Any other questions, of course, leave them down there as well, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.